Welcome to Aussie Nomad Destinations. Follow us as we caravan our way around Australia. This is Ed and I'm Bec, and we're finding you the best free and budget camp spots Oz has to offer. Fishing, crabbing and hiking our way through this awesome country. For notifications, click subscribe and hit the bell, and that will keep you up to date.
Yay, this week we are going to Bruny Island. Before I start, sorry for the amount of times I call it Bruny Island instead of Bruny. And yes, we're taking our caravan on the ferry with us. We are staying at the Neck Beach camping area. We decided to be at the ferry mid-morning so we could dodge the busy times. We came up here for a run yesterday and chatted to the lady in the payment booth. She suggested the time to us. I think we got there between 10:30 and 11. The cost was about $110. Ed gets a concession, so I think it was $89, and that's return with the caravan. The ferry leaves from Kettering at the marina. We arrived and paid and pretty much drove straight onto the ferry. Worked out perfectly. Once you're on the boat, you are free to move around. There is a sitting room upstairs, but to be honest, it's only a 20 to 30 minute crossing. So we just wandered around the deck. The whole thing went pretty smoothly. Off to the campgrounds to get rid of the caravan so we can start exploring. We haven't set a time as to how long we're going to stay. We will stay till we have everything covered. Campgrounds was pretty easy to find. It's just south at the end of the neck. We parked out the front and walked in to find a spot. We found a level one and I planted myself right on it, while Ed goes and gets the car and the caravan.
Need to go more driver. Okay, straight back now.
We do have a UHF radio. I won it on Facebook. It is the best thing ever.
Okay, now spin it to the passenger. Straight back now.
I can direct Ed to his UHF radio without running all over the place. It takes us no time to get set up now.
Just stop there for a minute. Just come back about 4 foot and then we'll take another look at it. Okay, stop there. That'll do. That'll do.
I know you're looking at this wood thinking, get some ramps. We have both. If we only need a little level, we use the wood.
Go forward a tad.
If we're way off, we use the ramps. Works a treat.
Bit more. Woo, woo, woo.
So as I said, it's $10 per night. This is the payment box. You put your money in the envelope. I'm not sure how you do the receipt thing in your window, as there was no book. There is a tap for non-potable water. It's a fairly good-sized area. It would possibly fit, 20 vans? No bookings, you just have to rock in and be lucky. And that's why we're here in off-season. There are a couple of drop toilets. And a covered picnic area with a couple of picnic tables. The campgrounds is straight across the road from the beach. There is a sign saying don't walk up the beach after dark, as you might scare the fairy penguins as they come ashore at night. The beach itself was just beautiful. Those waves were a bit dumpy, so I'm not sure I will go for a swim. We are heading to the Neck Lookout and the penguin area. It's only back down the road about 3 kilometres. It has a good sized parking area and toilets. It's all boardwalked, so it's pretty easy going. Evidently, there are penguins and shearwaters nesting here in this area. As we headed to the beach, we could see their nests in the sand dunes. Stunning beaches here, the water is crystal clear. Then there's this monstrosity that needs to be climbed. Pretty sure I won't be able to walk tomorrow. Anyway, off we go. I'm sure we counted 300 odd steps. Not to be outdone, off I set following up the rear. The view was so worth the effort. I hope Ed's over my whining. Home we go. I did come back and check out the penguins. This morning we are heading to Adventure Bay. There are a couple of lookouts on the way. Do you think this might be a seagull convention? Oh my goodness, we spotted an albino kangaroo. Bruny Island is known for these white kangaroos. And bam, there is one, right on the side of the road. Ed skidded to a halt and I jumped out. Then I got the, we're gonna be late. Today we are doing Bruny Island Cruises, a boat tour that goes down to the Southern Ocean. And there will be seals. I'm so excited. I could hardly sleep. I've been up for hours. It's a pretty impressive building. I've been collecting a few of these sets of artworks on the way around to frame them when I get home.
And if you have mobility issues, we do have some normal jackets that go, put your arms in, zip them up.
After a quick intro on what you can and cannot do, off to the boat we went. It's about 100 metres down the road. And now it's overcast and looks like rain. How's our luck? It was the most amazing day. We saw sea caves and the greenest water. Scared the daylights out of us speeding through this gap, but it was just a blast. We saw the most awesome cliffs. They were so high. I think he mentioned they were the highest sea cliffs in the Southern Hemisphere. The gold one. No beanie. In his t-shirt. God love him. I have to admit, it was freezing. I had 6 layers on and Ed had 3. There was also this sea cave underground. When it's full tide, it becomes a blowhole. You see the water getting sucked into the cave. At low tide, evidently, you can drive a boat into it. Like we drove right into this one, and these aren't small boats. They seat like 40 people. The water is so clear you can see the bottom. Off we go. It is seal time. I've been waiting for this all day. There were so many seals. I was so happy. There was even baby seals. The captain took his time and made sure everyone got their photos. It was a really rough day on the ocean, but the boat hugged to the cliff walls and it made for a pleasant day. We got back just after 1 p.m, I think. We stayed at the restaurant, had fish and chips for lunch. All in all, I would give this experience a 10 out of 10. They were so good. Because it's only early, we are heading off to the chocolate shop, like all good tourists should do. We grabbed a handful and then around the corner to cheese, beer and bread. What a great shop this is. There's a cheese room with glass windows. You can watch the cheesemaker go about his business. It was great to watch as he cleaned and turned each cheese. There was also cheese tasting, so we did. We ended up with a spicy day-old cheese. There's also a whole wall full of goodies in jars. There is a bar as well, which was full of people, so no video.
Nice, eh?
And then there's these decks for you to enjoy your drinks, cheese and bread.
We are not missing a thing on Bruny Island.
We did a few dirt tracks on the way home and found this cute goat sitting on a tree stump.
Sourdough day. Look at all that! What have we got? Oh my God! There's bucket loads. It is! It's full!
It's our second time coming back.
Do you want some Anzac biscuits? $2.
So here are all the details for the prices and payments. You can pay cash or direct deposit.
Give me $8, Ed. Give me $8, Ed.
The bread arrives at 9 to 9:30 each day, and it is famous, so it goes pretty quickly. Wood oven baked sourdough, fruit loaves and Anzac biscuits. It is delicious. With that sorted, now we're off to Cape Bruny Lighthouse. It's a bit of a drive. Google says it's 52 kilometres. It's a bit of a steep path up, as are most lighthouses. But we cut off the path and followed the dirt track. That was much better. She's a pretty old building, built in 1836. The views from the hilltop were really good. Then back down that path we go.
Jetty Beach camping area, here we come.
Next stop is Jetty Beach. We visited and stayed at this beach on our last trip. It was my favourite spot of the trip, so I was keen for another look. It has been developed a bit more since last time. Last time there was only room for 2 campers.
About 10 years ago we stayed at this campgrounds and it is just as beautiful as it was then. So $10 for 2 people, $5 for each additional, $15 for a family. And it looks like you can electronically pay right there.
where you put your money. Oh, how did he open that? Oh, Jesus. Couple of toilet blocks. One there, you can see another one in the distance over there. And that's it. But it was still as beautiful. Some people have the best sense of humour. A penguin with a walking cane. I don't know what he's got on his head, but that's very cute. Finding somewhere for lunch is always a fun game, and look at today's little choice. Winning! After lunch we decided to take this dirt track home. Coolangatta Road. Goes up over the mountain range and down into Adventure Bay. Big hunk of metal in the forest. What do we got here? What?
Huh?
What is it?
It's a winch.
Oh, it's a winch. Oh, there you go. It's a giant winch for dragging logs up a hill. It's even still got steel wire on it. We did the walk around the old timber mill. Old bits and pieces of steel and stuff in the bush. It's such a boy thing. The whole walk takes about 10 minutes. The old tramway. Lucky we got him here, he knows what all the bits are. So this is the old boiler. It's big. Next stop was the lookout. Someone forgot to trim the trees. There is no lookout. Back to the car. So today's our last day at Bruny Island. We are off on our way to the Mount Fields National Park, and I am just about to go and get my last hit from the Bruny Baker. He puts his bread in the fridges at about 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning, and you've got to be there early or you miss out. Anyway, I'll let you know what we get. So I got there to get my sourdough, and there was a lineup of about 6 cars, and the baker turned up and the bread was still warm, so we ended up with a loaf of bread and 2 Anzac biscuits, and it is smelling delicious in the car. Anyway, back we go, pack up, time to get moving. It's moving day. We are off to the Mount Fields National Park, and we are staying at the Left of Fields Campgrounds. We are all packed up. Aiming for the ferry at around the same time, 11 a.m. It worked out well. It was nearly empty. Had no trouble getting the big girl on. Went for a wander around the boat, and from the top deck I noticed, oops, the solar panel needs a clean. We have a bigger drive today, through Hobart. It must be 2 to 3 hours. We are such sooks. So that's us for this week. We'll see you next week. Stay happy, be kind, love your life, and we'll see you next Sunday at 6 a.m. Hey, and if you have a mini, can you leave a comment and hit the like button? It really helps YouTube love us. See ya!